This is Jeopardy! Well, it's Comic Book Jeopardy, and that's kind of the same thing. And this is episode number 22 of the show, Comic Book Jeopardy. And yeah, we'll be presenting you with 30 new comic book related questions and answers, so I hope you are ready. What's up, everyone? I'm Guy Wozniak, and you are watching Comic Book Jeopardy on the Comic Book Guy channel. Now, if you happen to be new here, and there's probably not a ton of new people here, but if you happen to be new, this is a Jeopardy-style game show where you get to test your knowledge of all things comic books. The rules, they are pretty simple. I'll ask you a series of 30 different questions across 6 different categories, and all you have to do is keep score by adding up your total points earned with every single correct answer. Now, as we always say here, if you get a question wrong, or you just don't happen to know the answer, you don't have to subtract your points like they would in the real TV show, unless you really want to play like a Jeopardy purist. There's no harm in really challenging yourself. If that's what you're into, knock yourself out. But don't feel obliged. Now finally, at the end of the game, we will give you a single final Jeopardy question, and you can wager as many of the points as you want that you have earned on the previous rounds on that question, and of course, if you get it right, you add up what you wagered into your total. But here's the most important thing that you absolutely must do. You have to leave your total score down in the comments below at the end of the game because we love seeing how you guys do every single week. Now, before we go over the categories for this week's episode, let me give you a quick shout out and a big thumbs up and a thank you to all of our channel members. These are the folks that support the channel by clicking that little join button down below the video player, and they got themselves channel memberships. Now, as members, they get to help us select the categories that we play on the show every week through the members polls section here on the YouTube page. So yeah, thanks to all of you guys for supporting us and supporting the show. We really appreciate it. Now, as far as the categories go for this week, here they are. Our first category this week will be Guardians of the Galaxy, and a special thanks to some channel members and longtime viewers, Bob and Brandy, for submitting the category and the questions this week. We really appreciate your guys' help. Category number 2 this week is gadgets. And yeah, you might know your heroes and your villains really well, but how well do you know all of those wonderful toys that they use? Well, today we're going to find out. Category 3 today is More Than Meets the Eye, and I know what you're thinking. Yes, finally, a Transformers category. Well, no, not exactly. This is a category all about characters in comics that do transform or otherwise change into some other form, but they're not necessarily Transformers. Category 4 is going to be Blondes Have More Fun. And honestly, I don't know if that's exactly a true statement or not, but what is true is that these are a series of questions all about comic book characters with golden hair. Our 5th category today is Mommy Dearest, and yep, this one's all about moms in comics. Pretty straightforward. And finally, our wild card category of the week is 1980s cinema. The 1980s was probably the best decade for movies, at least in my opinion. And in this one, we're going to be testing your knowledge of the films from that fantastic decade. By the way, not a week goes by that someone doesn't make the complaint, why are you doing non-comic book questions in a comic book Jeopardy show? I see it in the comments every week. Look, it's called the wild card category. It's meant to be something still pop culture related, but not explicitly comics related. And I've explained why we chose to make this wild card category in the past in many previous episodes, so I'm not going to bother repeating myself here. But what I do want to say is this. Do me a favor. If you're so bothered by this that you need to leave a rude, a negative, or an inflammatory comment in the video's comments section, try this instead. Instead of crying about it, just stop watching. I'm really sick of hearing it. I don't care if you don't like it. It's not going to change. Lots of people love it. So save your breath and move along. You won't be getting your way. Unless, I don't know, maybe you make your own show? Yeah, there's a good idea. Give that a try instead of complaining. I'm sure it'll go really well. Now, with that rant over and out of my system and the annoyance with the trolls kind of alleviated, let me pass the game board over to my buddy and my co-host Matt, and he will run you through some questions this week. And I'll see you at the end.
What's up, everyone? It's Matt. And I'm here to run you through the game board again this week, so let's jump right in. Guardians of the Galaxy for 200. These are the 3 most common words that Groot speaks. What is I am Groot? I know that was a tough one, right? Gadgets for 200. These iconic disposable weapons are a staple in Batman's arsenal and are used frequently by the live-action and animated versions of the character. And of course, what are batarangs? And did you know that Batman first appeared in Detective Comics number 27 in 1940, but the first batarang didn't appear until issue number 31 several months later? You'd think that'd be a no-brainer. More than meets the eye for 200. By saying a magic word, Billy Batson transforms from a young boy into this muscle-bound superhero. Who is Captain Marvel? And I do not mean Carol Danvers. Blondes have more fun for 200. This wisecracking archer often butted heads with Captain America, but was eventually handpicked to lead the West Coast Avengers. Who is Hawkeye? Clinton Barton himself. Mommy Dearest for 200. She raised Superman as her own and helped mold him into Earth's greatest hero. Who is Martha Kent? 1980 cinema for 200. In this Robert Zemeckis trilogy, Doc Brown and Marty race against the clock in a time-traveling DeLorean. What is Back to the Future? And yes, I do in fact have the 1/6 scale DeLorean from Sideshow Collectibles. I mean, who doesn't? And that will do it for the cupcake round. I hope you went 6 out of 6 on those because things are getting a little bit tougher. Guardians of the Galaxy for 400. He is the half-human main leader of the group. Who is Star-Lord, or Peter Quill? And who didn't love that moment in the first Guardians movie when that guy said Star-Lord and he just kind of says to himself, finally. That was a good moment. Gadgets for 400. These are the explosive devices most frequently used by Green Goblin and Hobgoblin. What are pumpkin bombs? And then didn't the villain Jack-o'-lantern toss pumpkin bombs around too? Was it flaming pumpkins? Something like that. I don't know, Spider-Man had to deal with a lot of Halloween-themed bomb-tossing bad guys, didn't he? More than meets the eye for 400. Don't make him angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. Who is Bruce Banner, or the Hulk? Blondes have more fun for 400. This hero of the deep from DC is most recognizable by his classic green and orange costume. Who is Aquaman? Arthur Curry. Mommy Dearest for 400. Ultron considers this diminutive Avenger to be his mother. Who is the Wasp? Janet Van Dyne. 1980 cinema for 400. Initially, he only intended to write the film Ghostbusters, but later decided to play the role of Egon Spengler when he felt he was the best actor for the job. Who is Harold Ramis? Yes, the great, late Harold Ramis. And you know that he wrote and directed Groundhog Day? Yeah, a movie that is constantly referenced in other TV shows and movies. And who doesn't love the Stargate SG-1 episode? All right, now let's dive into the 600-point questions. Guardians of the Galaxy for 600. In the comic books, Drax the Destroyer was born to this race. What is human? Yes, that's right. In the comics, Drax was originally a human named Arthur Douglas, where in the MCU, I think he's a Kyloian alien, if at least Google isn't lying to me. And yes, he's actually the father of Moondragon. Gadgets for 600. This device was created by Jor-El and was used to imprison Kryptonian criminals. What is the Phantom Zone Projector? More than meets the eye for 600. In Marvel Comics, he was a meek and timid doctor until he struck his cane on the ground and transformed into this mighty god. Who is Thor? Blondes have more fun for 600. This songbird can often be found in the company of a certain green archer. Who is Black Canary? Mommy Dearest for 600. This former West Coast Avenger had a child with a Skrull agent posing as Hank Pym. Who is Tigra? 1980 cinema for 600. In the movie E.T., Elliot wants to play this game with his older brother and his friends. What is Dungeons and Dragons? And I don't know if we mentioned it, but there will be a daily double in this show this week, so look out for that. Guardians of the Galaxy for 800. This is the song that Rocket Raccoon got his name from. What is Rocky Raccoon by the Beatles? Gadgets for 800. This device allows the Flash to travel through time. What is the Cosmic Treadmill? And yes, the Flash was a crime scene technician, but yeah, he can create time-traveling devices, why not? More than meets the eye for 800. This astronaut and son of the most famous publisher in Marvel discovers the Godstone on the moon, which transforms him into this persona when he's exposed to moonlight. Who is Man-Wolf? And who was that publisher's son? Of course, we're referencing John Jonah Jameson III, son of Daily Bugle loudmouth J. Jonah Jameson. Blondes have more fun for 800. And there it is, our daily double for the week. And I'm sure you know how it works. You can wager as many points if you have previously earned on this question from Blondes Have More Fun. So good luck. He's a hot-headed hero that's most known as being part of Marvel's most famous quartet of superheroes. Who is the Human Torch, Johnny Storm? How'd you do on that one? Did you make it a true daily double? I hope so. Now on to Mommy Dearest for 800. Sophia Strange was intended to be the secret daughter of Stephen Strange and this sorceress. She only appeared in one comic before disappearing into obscurity. Who is Clea? 1980 cinema for 800. In this 1986 Jim Henson film, the Goblin King grants Sarah's ill-conceived wish to take away her baby brother. What is Labyrinth? And that brings us to the 1,000-point round and the toughest questions of the show. So good luck, because you just might need it. Guardians of the Galaxy for 1,000. In the comics, Gamora is the last known survivor of this race. Who are the Zen Woberi? And be a little kind on my pronunciation because it is actually a fictional planet in a comic book, so cut me some slack. Gadgets for 1,000. This device was used to scare Galactus away from Earth in his first attempt to devour the planet. What is the Ultimate Nullifier? More than meets the eye for 1,000. This member of Freak Force from Image is an ancient entity created by the wizard Fawn T to combat evil and has had several hosts. Who is Mighty Man? And I hope you all noticed that there is not one Transformer-related question in this category. Blondes have more fun for 1,000. In her first recorded adventure, she assists Flash and Wildcat to contain an artificially induced volcanic eruption. Who is Power Girl? Mommy Dearest for 1,000. Before being retconned, She was Tony Stark's beloved mother, and he even created a foundation under her name. Who is Maria Stark? Who's surprised that her name wasn't Martha? I mean, why not? That would have been a great jab at DC. Come on, Marvel, step up your game. 1980 cinema for 1,000. In the 1983 thriller Jaws 3D, a great white shark terrorizes guests and staff at a sea-themed fun park. Principal photography was predominantly filmed in this location. What is SeaWorld in Orlando, Florida? And that brings us to the end of the Jeopardy round and on to the final Jeopardy. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, you will have the opportunity to answer one last question on today's final Jeopardy category of Spider-Man costumes. So total up your points and decide what you would like to wager on today's final Jeopardy question. And of course, don't forget to leave your total score in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit those like and subscribe buttons, as we really, really appreciate the support. Now, here we go on the final Jeopardy question from Spider-Man costumes. Having had dozens of costumes over the years, Spider-Man is certainly a superhero who likes to stay in style. He donned this high-tech black and white costume when he joined a new team with the members of the Fantastic Four following the death of the Human Torch. What is the Future Foundation costume? Yeah, the Future Foundation was an organization that came about in the early 2010s and was an idea created by the Fantastic Four writer at the time, Jonathan Hickman. It was following the death of the Human Torch. Mr. Fantastic formed this philanthropic group with a dedication towards creating a better future for humanity. The group was comprised of a science team and a combat team, and all told it had more than 24 members, and of course, Spider-Man was one of them.
What's up, everyone? I'm back to close this one out and to say thanks for watching, and thanks for hitting that like and hitting that subscribe button, which I'm sure you already did, right? Right? Yeah, of course you did. And thanks again for that support. We really appreciate it. Now, with all of that said, I'll wrap this one up by saying thanks again for watching. And of course, as I always say, keep collecting comics. That's key. And until the next one, bye now.